As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam.
Can you speak about the Lataifs? Is there any zikr for opening the Lataifs after daily awrads?
Yes, again it's from the A to the Z. So we're going to start always with the A, because I know the other mujaddidis and no, other groups they claim that they're going to open the Lataifs and they give different zikrs of Lataifs. But for tariqat and Naqshbandiyatul Aliyah, there's most important is to make your muraqabah and be solid and strong in the meditation practices. So you take all of the teachings, how to do the muraqabah, how to breathe, how to receive the faiz of the shaykhs, then they'll teach you that you should be connecting with Shaykh Nazim, Shaykh Dagestani, connecting with their energy, building up this practice, building up all of these realities and connection with the shaykh. At that time then when your connection is solid with the shaykh, he's going to begin to send the fires and the energies upon the heart, and so then you'll be moving towards those steps. So that's what's important, is to have their spiritual connection with them, and through their spiritual association they will begin to direct the student on the opening of their lataifs and the opening and focusing on the different colours of the lataif. Otherwise you having a key, it's like when we go to Starbucks and you get the plastic card, and my kids would take the card and run back into the car and say, "Daddy, I got all these cards, now we can get a whole bunch of Starbucks." I said, "No Baba, those are just cards, they're plastic, you have to put money on it for it to work." So it means there has to be an electronic key, there has to be a code, there has to be an ikhlas and a sincerity that Allah granted. So there's a whole process that you have to be connected with them, they have to feel that you're trustworthy, you have to go through all the security clearance with them, character clearance. They push you a certain way, they respond to you a certain way, they delay something a certain way, and they want to see what type of characters are coming out, because you're trying to get through the heavenly security. Imagine if everybody got through the heavenly security and they were crazy, violent and disturbed people. What kind of heavens would that be? So Allah's not opening anything until all of the safety checks have been given. So there's lots of crushing, lots of testing, lots of patience, all of these then is through the muraqabah. You're continuously meditating, then difficulties and testings and agitations and aggravations and things come to you, bonuses come to you, and did you give from the bonus? No. Did you do this? No. Were you patient during this? No. So it means there's a whole process of how to bring out this reality. And then when Allah finds their sincerity and the character is correct and their istiqam and their firmness and everything has been checked off, then the shaykh begins to send more and more faiz into the heart, more inspirations into the heart. That's when they can even pass, and that's when we gave the talks on lawama. Means amara, completely angry, and the doors of the zawiyas are for amara. It brings in all the people who have gone astray and who have angered Allah. Even they think they're Muslim, they've gone astray because they don't have the correct love for Sayyidina Muhammad. They can be Hizb shaitan, there are Daesh that think that they're calling the azan and that they believe in Islam. So that's not the process. Then they have to come to lawama, in which they fight the devil and they fight pride and arrogance. And that's what's really important. You know why people get angry? Why would somebody get angry when they interact with other people? Anger is from pride. When you feel that you have reached somewhere, or that you're someone, or that you have some sort of knowledge or some sort of ability that you've achieved, the only reason you get angry is because you believe that wasn't recognized, you didn't recognize me. And you didn't give me my due process or my due position or my due station. So they understood that anger is coming from pride. If you're not a prideful person, when somebody will email, "Oh, I don't have any pride," "Oh, let us deal with you a couple of times and we'll see what kind of anger comes out of you." And that's what's important, that's what the servant has to find within themselves. And what Allah's asking to expose is that you have to fix these issues before trying to ascend into the heavens and then to open the Lataifs, and all of those are, the heart is the house of Allah. So anyone who wants to get the heart book, we have a book on the Lataif of the qalb. The Lataif of the qalb is the house of Allah. If somebody is not getting that and reading those knowledges, they're not interested in the house of Allah, because within the house of Allah are the realities of the Prophets, the angels, the books, the world of light, everything. So they study that reality, they meditate on that reality. Once they're connected and been sort of checked off for good character, then the faiz begins to open on the different lataifs, and opening the station of the yellow lataif, and that's the station of the qalb and knowledges. So there's a whole process on how to bring out that reality. I think Imam Shafi'i described when people were asking about all these different processes, and then he brought a cup of milk and he says, this cup of milk, if I tell you there's cheese in here, would you believe me? And if I tell you there's cottage cheese in here, there's ghee in here, and there's all these products in here, but you want to see them and I can bring them for you, but it's a process and requires some time. So it means that the milk, if you stir it, you have to stir it in a way it brings butter, but if you look at it, it's just milk right now. So everything has a process and a condition and a timing, and so there's a whole way to achieve this reality. It's never that I'm just going to call, get an email, give me Ismul Azam. That's the most bizarre email. When somebody emailed and many people have actually done that, they email and say, give me Allah's greatest name and thank you very much. So this thing's never going to happen like that. This is a process in which to learn the reality, to go deep into the reality, and the first step is be strong in the connection with the shaykhs, inshaAllah. And anyone who has questions, they should be also emailing helpme@nurmuhammad.com. A reminder always to the audience and to our friends and people listening that please share that email, share the helpme@nurmuhammad.com and say, ask the shaykh questions. You can email them, they'll give you information about the tariqah and everything. And especially when you're emailing groups and other people and the bad character of people. A couple of people have emailed back that they send out to groups and the groups had some sort of nasty replies and responses, and that's the thing. Mawlana would describe Shaykh Nazim Sultan al-Awliya that they are dogs, barking dogs, that the tariqahs just by virtue of saying this is a tariqah group or this is a WhatsApp group, they're all in the tariqah, means that that's the association of sick people trying to get better. They're not the walking righteous. So anytime you're dealing with tariqah people, sometimes they may exhibit the worst character and they become like the barking dogs, just barking and saying bad things and bad characteristics. So that's an example right there that they weren't taught very well and they're not having the proper adab and manners, so they even needed more, so you should post more. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al Fatiha.